Guys, to be totally honest, I personally don't like a lot of the stuff that Inside EVs are doing. I feel like a lot of what they're doing is actually anti-EV. It's sort of a bit negative, but they're doing some really good work when it comes to range testing. So I've got to give them credit for that. And their range testing has uncovered something quite remarkable. People are saying the Chevrolet Equinox EV is not that good, but actually, if you look at these numbers, it's amazing the kind of range you get. It could be the best value car when it comes to range per dollar that you can buy maybe anywhere in the United States. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us, guys. We just hit 250,000 subscribers, so thank you for subscribing to the channel, for supporting the channel, and of course, remember that this is not just about electric cars. Really what we're trying to do here, what I'm trying to do is promote renewable energy, solar, wind, batteries, EVs. Of course, solar is, to me, the crucial component of those that really drives everything. My solar system was installed by Resync Solar here in Australia. And if you mention them, to them, they'll give you a discount. Now, I want to make sure that you know I don't receive any kind of kickback off that. I just think that they're the best solar company here in Australia. And if you're here in Australia, you should have a solar panels on your roof because you save so much money doing it. Now, Chevy Equinox EV has crushed, according to Inside EVs, their headline, of course, Chevy Equinox EV crushes Tesla Model Y in range test. Now, I think that's a bit of a strange title. Doesn't really need to say that, and I won't be writing that in this title here, but it's a good test. It's a really cool test that they've done, and it's amazing that this car has beaten its EPA range by such a huge amount. I don't know how they did this. Were they driving slowly? Probably, maybe not. Apparently, Edmunds, and I believe Inside EVs will do their own test as well, but Edmunds said that the Equinox EV blew past its EPA range estimate of 319 miles. The cheapest Equinox EV, the LT, traveled 356 miles in the range test, a 12% improvement on its EPA rating. 356 miles from an SUV, which is quite affordable. That's pretty staggering. That means that on the EV leaderboard, the number one car is the Lucid Air Dream, according to Edmunds. That's the car they got the most range from. They got 505 miles, which is 15 miles less than claimed. Still, 505 miles is a lot, but not many people buy that car because it's outside their price range. So I don't really see that as being all that relevant. Lucid Air Grand Touring with 19-inch wheels got 465 miles. The Mercedes-Benz EQS, 422 miles. I'm not sure how they managed that because in individual tests that I've seen of the Mercedes-Benz EQS, it gets less range than EPA. But anyhow, they did. Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV, that got 407 miles. That's amazing because that's way over the EPA claim. The GMC Hummer EV got 390 miles. The Rivian R1T, 390 miles as well. Amazing results here. Rivian R1S, 386 miles. That's a really good result. Mercedes-Benz EQS 580, the sedan, 381 miles. BMW iX, 377 miles. Mercedes Maybach EQS, 368 miles. The Polestar 2 single motor long range, 362 miles as well. That's really good range for the Polestar 2. That makes it pretty good value, I've got to say. That's obviously much cheaper than all the cars ahead of it. So that's something worth considering if you want a long range car. Now, having a look at the other cars here, the Fisker Ocean Extreme 1 had 22-inch wheels on it and got 358 miles of range. Now, imagine if that Fisker Ocean had 19-inch wheels. It would have gotten 400 miles of range. Amazing for a defunct car company's, their only model they ever made. Incredibly impressive numbers. Rivian R1T, 356 miles. The Ford F-150 Lightning, 345 miles. Tesla Model S, 345 miles. That's with 21-inch wheels. That's the plaid version. So I'm going to guess if they tested the long-range version, it might get closer to 400 miles. Then looking down the list further at number 18, the Ford Mustang Mach-E California, 344 miles. To be honest, a lot of cars getting over the EPA range. It does make me wonder how they're driving these cars. Hyundai Ioniq 6, 343 miles. Mustang Mach-E Premium, 341 miles. Tesla Model 3 long range, 338 miles. But that's the old model that had 342 miles. That's the all-wheel drive model. So the rear-wheel drive model, from what I've seen in tests, is getting close to 400 miles. And that's the cheapest Model 3 available in America. Tesla Cybertruck Foundation Series got 334 miles, more range than its EPA estimate. So we're looking down here, guys, at this list, and they haven't added yet the Chevy Equinox EV, but it will probably get, I believe, it'll be in around 13th place. So that's the most range for an affordable car, other than Polestar 2. And it's obviously a bit cheaper than the Polestar 2. It also does mean it gets a lot more range than the Tesla Model Y long range, which gets 310 miles in similar conditions. So it's getting 46 more miles of range versus the Tesla Model Y long range. That's pretty impressive. Would I buy the Equinox EV over the Model Y long range? Well, probably I would wait for the new Model Y, the new version of the Model Y, the Juniper version. That's probably the car that I'd be getting. That said, the Equinox EV is incredibly affordable, right? It has a starting price of $35,000. So it does qualify for the full federal tax credit. If you were to buy one now, you could get it for $27,500. $27,500, I think, is the lowest price anywhere that I've seen outside of China, anywhere, for a vehicle with an 85 kilowatt hour battery. Wow. 85 kilowatt hour battery for $27,500. That is maybe an absolute bargain. I mean, that's ridiculous. These battery cells, what are they? They're Ultium cells, but actually they're essentially NMC batteries made by LG Energy. It's a so-called joint venture. The truth is that it's half owned by GM, but they're LG battery cells. Put it that way. So similar battery cells to what are in the Tesla Model Y long range. But the Tesla Model Y long range in America has, I believe, Panasonic batteries. So what does that mean? Well, it means that the consumption was 6% less than the EPA estimate. So it's more efficient than the EPA estimate. It consumed 29 kilowatt hours of energy per 100 miles compared to 31 from the EPA estimate. So that's 3.45 miles per kilowatt hour. That means, yeah, it did better than apparently in terms of efficiency, than the Tesla Model 3 long range all-wheel drive. Maybe that's not a fair comparison because the Model 3 long range all-wheel drive has 2 motors instead of 1, but it's still an incredible number. Honda Prologue got 320 miles of range. The Cadillac Lyriq got 319 as well. So how were these vehicles tested? Well, apparently 61 degrees Fahrenheit, that was the temperature. The test was conducted on a mix of 60% city driving and 40% highway driving. So Inside EVs does their test at 70 miles per hour. We'll wait and see what results they get from that. But the EV2 RS, so the Equinox EV2 RS, it's a more expensive version of the Equinox. That got 306 miles of range using the 70 mile per hour range test. Its EPA estimate is 291 miles of range. So 2 different models of the Equinox beat their EPA range tests from different publications. That would mean I'd say that the Equinox EV, I'm going to guess, therefore, all models are going to get you at least an average of 10% or more above their claimed EPA range, which is an incredible number. Guys, this is a very good value car. $27,500. You'd have to really think seriously about this vehicle. And if you're buying an internal combustion vehicle instead of this, something similar instead of this, that's insane. That's absolutely mental. You'd have to be crazy to do that. What are your thoughts on the Equinox EV at $27,500? This might be the best value electric car right now in America.